So, um, what are healthy boundaries in Christian dating? Yeah. So my boundaries. I have a lot of boundaries as an introvert. No, I don't have a lot of boundaries. Um, I would say healthy boundaries can involve a lot of things, right? For me personally, like physical boundaries, easy. Those were easy. Those were cake for me. But I think that's just because my love language is not physical touch. So, you know what I'm saying? So that was never an issue for me. Never had that issue. If physical touch is is your thing, you're like, I need somebody to like hold me. I need somebody to like kiss me. I need that. I would say that you need to figure out in your heart and with the Lord and in your relationship where the line is. And you need to stand firm on that for you personally. That was never a big issue for me, so I can't like delve deeper into that. But I think for me, I am more of a I'm a deep thinker. I don't want to call myself an intellectual because that makes it seem like I'm calling people dumb. But I am a deep thinker and thoughts and those type of things. And so for me, what I realized is that can get attached very quickly by having very deep conversations and having um bearing my heart in that way. Like that's like the bearing of my heart, right? And so those are things that I realized that I personally had to put a boundary on for myself. Like when I'm either talking to somebody or dating someone, just because I'm like, until we hit like blank step, then we can have like this, because that's where my heart gets given. I think that's what you have to figure out, is like, where does your heart get given and where do I have to put these lines at? And so there's other things too, like you can put up, right? Sex, that's the easiest one. Like, oh, I'm not gonna have sex before marriage. That's an easy conversation to have, right? What are other healthy boundaries? Honestly, I have a lot of friends that have different ones. I have one friend where they don't hang out past, what is it, like, is it 10? Is it 10 o'clock? It is 10. You said 10. Okay. Where they don't hang out past 10 o'clock. And a couple of my friends have the rule where like they won't hang out at each other's apartments without like one of their roommates being there. That's a big one. Um, Overnight things like trips and things like that they don't do by themselves, which is super healthy. I'm trying to think. I'm really trying to think because I'm such an introvert that I'm like, like we didn't do any of those things, so I'm like, I don't really care about those things. Uh, oh yeah, they did have that rule, didn't they? So two of our friends that are married now, they had a feet on the ground rule where so whenever they would hang out or whatever, somebody's feet had to be on the ground. So they like weren't like cuddled on a couch. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that like was not happening for them. That was a big thing for them. And then I think, yeah, that was mine, wasn't it? When I was in college, there was this one rule that I did have, which was that we couldn't sit in the car for more than 5 minutes. Yeah. And some people are going to be like, that's insane. No, because it's not crazy to me, because I was like, I know what will happen. I know what can happen if if we're just sitting in this car all night long outside of your dorm or outside of my dorm. Like nothing good is going to be produced from that. And the stories that I could tell from Bible school about sitting in cars, great, numerous things. But yeah, that was my big one for me personally. I still kind of live on that one where I'm like, yeah, we're not going to sit in the car for more than 5 minutes, because what good could come of this besides us like we can have a conversation anywhere else. Plus, I'm a homebody, so I'm not sitting in a car and being uncomfortable. Doesn't even make sense to me. But yeah, it's just healthy boundaries are honestly, I think it's whatever you personally need. I think you look at yourself and what can make you stumble and you build out boundaries from there. How can I navigate feelings of sexual temptation while staying faithful to God? Yeah, like I said before, you have to build up boundaries of what you're going to allow in and what's your yeses and what are your nos. I think that is really, really, really vital. A lot of people think that they understand that, but then it kind of hits them, right? And I think if you're somebody that's like, I'm struggling with lust, or I'm struggling with pornography or those type of things, I think honestly it's what your eyes, what your ears, what you are allowing in.